It's time for our summer patron giveaway. Yes, this time we're doing a prize pack of selected comics, some swag, some special stuff, gifts from Jason from Hawaii, so some Hawaiian goodies, all kinds of fun stuff to share our love to you, the patrons. So if you would like to be included in our summertime giveaway, just become a patron at any level between now and Labor Day. So it's a summer giveaway, and then after Labor Day, we will pull a patron randomly from the stack and send you a prize pack. Now, not only that, not only do you get entered to win, you got to be in it to win it, by the way. That's what they say. You get on air thanks and show note shout outs, priority inclusion of your feedback and questions or comments into the show, access to our patron only Slack community, very popular, exclusive content. You get bonus episodes that nobody else gets. You get early access to bonus episodes or regular episodes. You get them ad free. You get them unedited. Sometimes that's a blessing and a curse, depending on your feelings there. All kinds of fun stuff, and the levels go up. You get more stuff. But that's kind of the ground floor stuff you get coming in as a patron. So please do so. It also means that you like what we're doing, and you're sharing and caring enough to throw us a couple of shekels our way, and we appreciate that. And it helps keep the lights on. It helps pay the server fees. It helps keep us going and keep us doing it on our road to 1,000 episodes. Can we get there? I hope so. I hope so. But everything's going up. It's getting harder and harder to justify luxury expenses like podcast fees. So your help is greatly appreciated, and we want to continue that. Some of you just do it just to say thanks. We appreciate that. Some of you do it for the giveaway. Some of you do it for some of the tier perks. All those are valid. So whatever your reasoning, join our Patreon. Give us a little bit of love. We appreciate it. Come contest time, we'll pull your name, and you will get a fun prize pack mailed directly to you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your support. Now back to the show.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 848 for comics originally coming out September the 12th and September the 13th. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, Drew, we got anything fun or exciting in the world of comics?
Well, I don't. Are you current on Ahsoka?
Not current, but I was just told everything pays off in episode 4, so shut my mouth and watch everything now.
Yeah, but episode 4 is really, really good. Again,
so I'm through 1 and 2. I really like it so far.
Yeah.
But as of episode 2, nothing had really happened, so it's just like,
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember now who you met in 2 that you don't meet in 3.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But anyway, I mean,
we've
it probably
obviously
also you get
Hera
way
and
more out of
Ahsoka.
it because of your Rebels and Clone Wars time. You know her way more than I do.
Oh yeah.
But I like the character. I like that Sabine Wren character.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I like that General Sififant. Something. She's really cool. Found out it was interesting that Marianne Winstead plays her.
Yep.
Who's in real life married to Obi-Wan.
Correct. Ewan McGregor.
Which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Star Wars connection, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's been some really cool fight scenes, some really cool lightsabers, and
yeah, Ahsoka's a dope character, man, and especially if you know her backstory.
And I don't.
Yeah, you don't. Really good character. So.
Yeah, I don't really understand what happened at the end. Like there was like a special appearance at the end of this last episode, but I didn't really get what that was about. But It was still good. I mean, it's been great. I don't know how. Is it a 6 or an 8, or do we know how many episodes? I don't. Off the top
I
of my head.
don't know. I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check that
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I don't know what else has been going on that I've been watching that's in that vein.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think Loki's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that Ahsoka's been the big one, and it's enough to keep Disney Plus
I was
subscription
gonna say
going.
Disney Plus is rocking.
Yeah, keep
Still one of
keep
my
going with it.
favorites of the streaming services.
It is your favorite of all of them?
No, but it's keeping it relevant there because
Oh,
like
I got you.
Netflix is dead to me. Like I'm mad at myself that I'm still paying.
Oh, I stopped.
So
I
yeah,
stopped
it's
once they wouldn't let me share my password with anybody.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's about to be going. And well, okay. So wait, actually no. So yeah, I'm stealing the other one. So yeah, the only one that's really relevant is I hate Netflix, and it's the one I'm paying for. And the other ones, I'm leeching.
You're leeching. You're leeching on the other ones. Okay. Well, there you go. That is
Yeah.
definitely worth your price
Yes.
there. Well, ChatGPT has a challenge for you.
Wasn't I supposed to chat GPT you?
Or did you prepare something?
I did.
Okay. Well, go ahead then.
Well, I found out that Chat GPT is an idiot for the most part.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because I thought, all right, let's see what Chat GPT comes out for. Comic book characters that are older brothers. Okay.
That's awesome.
So what can you think of as far as
What can
older
I?
brothers? Yeah.
An older brother.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, Zan and Jaina. So, Z- is Zan the older brother? Yeah. So the Wonder Twins.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one. Um, Man, that is a challenging one.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Mm, Boy, oh boy. I don't know a
All right.
lot.
So here's what I got from our robot overlords. Okay.
Okay.
So Thor is the older
Oh
brother of
yeah,
Loki.
Thor and Loki. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Professor Xavier, of course, has Juggernaut as his younger brother.
All right. That's okay. Good.
Hawk and Dove, Hawk, uh, older brother. And then they gave me weird things,
I thought
like
Dove was a chick.
then Hawk, whichever ones. Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, and they're members of the Teen Titans and Justice League. And then I thought of Havoc is the older brother to Cyclops in the in the
Okay.
X-Men as well.
Yeah, probably a lot of ex relatives, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And then and then Chat GPT completely went off the rails of that, and I didn't recognize a single other person they put.
Like
So
what?
it gives me like Kiro Yamato and Kaliga, once is the princess of a nation called Org,
Oh
and
my
once a
God.
powerful robot. I'm like, where are you going?
It's
So,
glitchy.
hmm
These are these are all supposed to be comic book characters.
yeah, in my mind, but like even it prefaced it, and it's like,
Uh,
I'm not completely sure about this, but here's what I think I can find. That was my robot voice, by the way.
oh wow. He's kind
And
of
then I thought, okay, I'll go a different way. Top 10 comics written by Generation X writers.
Oh wow. That's pretty neat. That's a
Mm-hmm.
good angle.
I was thinking of Drew-centric things.
Yes. So that's
So then
Scott Snyder for
ChatGPT
sure.
started fighting with itself over what is Gen X, unfortunately.
Okay. So in my mind, that's born between 70 and 85.
This has 65 and 80,
Oh, okay.
but immediately started breaking its own rules.
Well, I'm guessing Scott Snyder falls in there.
Yep, 1976.
Um, BKV probably.
Correct. Brian K. Vaughan, born in 1976 as well.
Kirkman might be a
Kirkman,
year.
born in 78. Yep.
Yeah. It's like all my favorites are Gen X. That seems like
Yeah.
Tinian might be younger. I'm not sure he'd make it.
Let me check that out. I think he's young. I think he's my age.
Yeah. Ennis?
Yep. Garth Ennis, born in 1970, just like you.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
James Tinian is born in 1987. Drew, way younger.
Way out of that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any females? Well, what about Fraction?
I don't know. I didn't even look at that one. Yeah.
No Fraction?
I'm not sure.
Kelly Sue DeConnick?
Matt
No.
Fraction, 1975. Yes.
Okay, cool.
And Kelly Sue DeConnick, 1970.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And then it started throwing a few that I think are just a little too old. So I'll give you those when you're done.
Who else would be that age that I like? Yeah, that's the case. Those are probably the big ones. Okay, what else did the Overlords say?
Alan Moore, 1953.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well outside.
Bill Willingham, who wrote Fables, 1956.
Yeah, I figured he was old.
Jeff Smith, writing Bone, 1960.
Old. Yeah.
Frank Miller, 1957.
Old, yeah.
Yeah, and then Alan Moore, 1953. So it gave it, and then it started giving things that were just on the cusp, just a little too. And then Neil Gaiman, 1960.
Yeah. I figured all those guys were old. That's cool. That is very cool.
All right, and then one more for you.
All right.
Top 10 left-handed superheroes.
This is like the Drew list of all Drew lists.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I thought Moon Knight, at least one of his character, his mind is. They are left-handed. I don't know if all of them are. I'm not sure if Spectre is, but I know one of them is. Left-handed. Other than that, boy, I don't know. Peter Parker's not left-handed, is he?
Okay, this is what we ran into. In some places, some of these are depicted as left-handed. In some places, there's a lot of inconsistency, unfortunately, with it. But the first one we get is Hawkeye is, for the most part, usually left-handed. He's very ambidextrous, but he leads his drawstring with left-handed when he pulls back his bow.
Wow.
Okay, so here's where it gets Hellboy. Technically, his right hand is the right hand. It's the right hand of doom. So he does everything left-handed.
Okay. All right, that's a good one.
And they've also credited Rick Grimes as being left-handed.
Yes. And then it got chopped off, right?
Mm-hmm. Bart Allen, the grandson of Barry Allen, left-handed. Sinestro, very much left-handed.
Wow. All right.
Even, they said like the name implies left-handed.
Sinestro means left-handed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. The Latin word for sinestra originally means left, but took the also meaning for evil. So that's why he's both evil and left-handed. Spawn is left-handed.
Okay.
Daredevil, usually primarily depicted as left-handed. And most of the Green Lanterns
are left-handed.
They say primarily Guy Gardner, Jon Stewart, Kyle Rayner, and Jessica Cruz are depicted left-handed.
But not Hal.
But not Hal Jordan.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. And again, I threw these through ChatGPT, and then I did not fact check them whatsoever. So just FYI.
Well, they are the boss. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you can't argue with the robot. Those are some great ones, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a list made for me.
That's exactly what I thought. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go right directly.
Right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
That's so good. So good. Kyle, I've got the solution to our dreary evenings. We can pop a little magic mind and get a little pick me up and still go to sleep, just enough to give us some clarity of mind, a little creativity, get the creative juices flowing, maybe give you one or two before the podcast, to really focus you in. What do you
You
think of
fall
that?
asleep during one podcast, and all of a sudden that's your problem.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, absolutely. The worst thing you want to do is, brew a pot of coffee at middle of the night right before a podcast.
Yeah.
Then you're up the entire evening. What you need is good, sustained energy, clarity of mind, not, a jolt of caffeine that hurts
Yeah.
your body and all these things. Absolutely. And Magic Mind does all that stuff and has that. Okay, matcha. I want to talk about matcha, Drew.
Okay. All right.
The green vegetable matcha, that buzzword, that superfood. I didn't think I'd like matcha. I
Uh-huh.
am starting to like matcha, and that's one of the big key ingredients here is that lovely green superfood that has the benefits of all the keeping you goings.
Yeah. And it's cool stuff. It's pricey.
Mm-hmm.
Matcha is, but they stick it in this with some great other ingredients, all natural stuff. But you can get it through us with our code. So we want you to check out this Magic Mind elixir. Check this out. It is go to magicmind.co/comicsfunprofit.
And elixir really is the perfect word for it. It's a nice little elixir. It's very cool.
Yes, for sure. If you feel you want to try this out, go to magicmind.co/comicsfunprofit and use our code. You can get 20% off of an initial one-time purchase or up to 56% off of a subscription. So if this sounds good to you, go to magicmind.co/comicsfunprofit and use our code CFP. You can get up to 56% off your subscription for the next 10 days with the code CFP, or you can just use that discount code CFP at magicmind.co/comicsfunprofit to get 20% off a one-time purchase. Just to sample, dip your toe, check it out. All right, let's talk some comics now, man. Let's talk Image comics that are coming out in November.
Yeah, well, again, we're still adjusting to this new Image catalog, simply titled Image Comics. Of course, we talked just a moment ago about James Tynion the Fourth, and of course, his new comic, The Deviant, addresses the cover there. Looks very creepy, so we'll see what goes on. As we're scrolling down, it looks like we're actually going to start with a book called The Crave by Maria Love.
Okay, that's going to be dirty.
Crime and mystery, erotica, and romance.
Yeah,
So,
I like it.
if you've got more than one cover where your nipples are covered in electrical tape, we know your theme. Yeah.
Yeah, he did Lovesick, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So Crave, a mysterious app that promises to make your desires come true, spread among the students of an elite university who use it as a hookup app. Dave, a top student, engages in a game of seduction with the unattainable Alexandra. But as requests to the app escalate and wreak havoc on the campus, Dave and his friends' only chance to stop this spiral is to find out what really lies behind Crave.
The pages look like Maria Lovett.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like her work, you'll like this. It looks very similar. A lot of kissy going on.
Good luck reading with an erection.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, like a lot of the lips are centric. Like every character is drawn with such luscious lips.
Yeah, they're all very attractive people.
Yeah.
All of them.
My.
The Deviant we saw on the cover as crime and mystery, horror, and LGBTQ plus, and it's James Tynion, Josh Hickson, Martin Simons on some covers, Sean Phillips doing a cover, Lee Bermejo doing a cover. As snow falls over Milwaukee in 1972, a blood-stained Santa Claus commits unimaginable atrocities against young men. 50 years later, a troubled young writer interviews this so-called deviant killer who still maintains his innocence from behind bars. Kind of cool.
Yeah, very neat. And I wish there was a stamp on things that said, hey, I did this first through Substack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As first seen in Substack.
I just want to know.
Yeah, or originally Comixology original or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. But
or kickstarted. This has been kickstarted.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. I want those disclaimers in every way, shape, and
I
form.
want every one of those disclaimers.
9 issues is such a very weird number of issues.
Yeah, and I've seen that a couple times now. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't get. I mean, I guess that's you write it ahead of time, and that's just how it breaks 20 pages per.
Well, no. Okay, so these are 48 pages, 9 issues. I would think you could do 36 pages, get a full 12, which makes sense for 2 trades.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is going to be a weird trade.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well,
but the launch of
the
launch of the month is going to be the Holy Roller and Andy Sandberg.
Why is this not the very first book? Why are we not talking about this straight out of the gate?
Joe Troman, Roland Boschi, Marino does this, but Andy Sandberg and Rick Remender working together on the Holy Roller.
Yeah.
And look at those covers, all kinds of cool homages there.
Mm-hmm.
At a Saturday Evening Post.
Yep.
I recognize these, but they're not popping to my head.
That's
a video game.
The G cover looks like Spider-Man leaving his suit in the alleyway, and
D is a video game of some sort, right?
I don't know.
Gotta be an Xbox thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The weird cross they have on the bowling ball looks like an Xbox logo on every single one.
And it's so it's action, adventure, humorous, and superheroes. I'll watch. I'll look at it anyway.
Yeah.
Everyone was sitting around wondering when comedian Andy Sandberg would join Rick Remender and Fallout Boy's Joe Troman to write a comic. That's who that is.
Yeah.
To write a comic about a vigilante who smashes people's faces with a bowling ball, and everyone's dream have come true. Wow. Amazing. What a combo.
Kingpin meets Inglorious Bastards meets Batman.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like the art. It's fine. I don't see any text at all yet. Not a single piece of dialogue
written by Andy Sandberg, and by written we mean not written.
So I'm guessing they're going. Maybe this is just they don't have the dialogue written yet.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it looks good.
Yeah.
Another launch of the month is Petrol Head by Rob Williams and Pi Par. I don't know that person.
Yeah.
This is an action adventure dystopian sci-fi, 42 pages, $4.99. It looks good too.
Mm-hmm. Hot rod racing robot.
I like it. And this art is amazing.
And I would be really, really excited about this if Transformers wasn't already a thing that came back.
It's been stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Solar Thunder. Look at all this. This is great. Great art. I love it. Yep, that's another good one.
Okay. We moved on to The Blood Commandment by Simon Kodransky.
Okay.
And the first thing that pops out to me is these covers and how they are all homage covers that I recognize.
Got Last of Us in the upper right.
Last of Us video game.
Lost Boys.
Yep.
And I don't know the bottom one.
I don't know either, but it's something.
It is something, yes.
Yeah.
Horror. Straight up horror. No combination with anything. Just horror.
4-issue miniseries. That's pretty dope.
And it's Simon Kodransky doing everything, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And look at that. Look at that art. It looks a little like Lost of Us.
Exactly. It looks like exactly Lost of Us.
Wow.
But they're not using post-apocalyptic. They're not using our buzzwords. Just horror. So we shall see.
That's another good one. I'll put it everything so far is on the read pile.
Yeah. Dutch Zero by Joe Casey and Nathan Fox. I'm assuming this is a property that already exists?
I don't know. It says from the combustible creative team of Casey and Fox, the original Dutch is back. It's been 30 years since he served as the ultimate superhero soldier. Now his new life is shattered by an old enemy from the past. Will Dutch answer this newest call to action? Yeah, I don't know. Superheroes mature, 32 pages.
So it looks like Dutch was a 90s comic.
Okay. I missed that one. G.I. Joe, a real American hero, comes back with issue 301.
That's cool.
And we get it right here. And it's still going to be Larry Hama. So his vision continues. We've got 32 pages on
T
sale.
for teen. T for teen.
T for teen. That's great. I'm glad. This is so nice that it's now an Image and continues. 301. That's great. I hope people like it.
Yep. No reason not to jump on.
Who did I say the art was? Looks good to me. Chris Mooneyham. I don't know if that's who was doing it because I was never reading this book. So.
And look what Image is doing. Look what they have jumped on. They are doing G.I. Joe, a real American hero, #1, Larry Hama cut. So it looks like they're doing essentially a
facsimile?
Thank you. I couldn't think of it. A facsimile cover, yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Mm-hmm. But rebranded with Image in the bottom left.
You know what they used to do? Something called Image First. Remember that?
Yeah, for $1, but they'd have to charge $1. Here they get $4 out of it.
Oh, I got you.
Mm-hmm. Art cover by Herb Trimpe and Bob McLeod. Wow.
And that was 300 issues ago.
Mm-hmm. Geiger, Ground Zero, #1 of a 2-issue continuation series by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank.
It's been too long. I forgot about all this. I don't want to read it again. I can't remember what happened.
Radioactive.
Yeah, radioactive guy. Yeah, I'm not revisiting this. Okay, maybe.
A lot of cool. I was going to say a lot of cool art, a lot of cool things.
It does look good. Dang it. Maybe.
Did you read Siphon when it came out the first time?
No.
Okay, then you're probably not interested in
it run a Ringo.
Yeah. Art's very good.
Yeah.
Arcade Kings gets a trade. Bad Karma, the OGN hardcover. This is Alex DeCampi. That's good.
Yeah. I don't know what. I don't think I finished this.
Panels. Okay, this was a panel syndicate.
Okay.
See?
Oh, wait.
Put that on there.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, Bad Karma. Okay, I read this on Panel Syndicate.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. And I don't think I finished it. Panel Syndicate's tough. You gotta visit it over and over again to make sure you keep up with your books. Wish they'd just send them to you.
This is really cool. Black Science: The Beginner's Guide to Entropy, 10th anniversary deluxe edition. $50. $50. Issues 1 through 16 of a great Rick Remender book.
Yes. And what do you think about these trades that have limited print runs?
Yeah.
What's that about?
I like it.
So will there be a second printing if all 6,000 go? I mean, that's 3 per store, right? So those are all going to go.
Yep.
So what's the next round of?
Well, that's cool, but they're giving you. I mean, there's Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, all available now. $50 a pop. That's really cool.
So this is 50.
So you order 3 of them. They're $150. You get your 50% discount essentially. $75 for 3 beautiful hardcovers and all of the Black Science storyline.
Oh, you get that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have them on singles though.
Me too.
Yeah, that's neat. I'm curious how this print run thing goes.
Yeah, but I like this is the second time we've seen them do 10th anniversary stuff, and I like this whole anniversary stuff.
Yeah. Ice Cream Man gets collected with Volume 2. Indigo Children Volume 1. Invincible Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
And 3.
And volume. Yep.
And 4. The Complete Invincible Library, which is a new printing. 0 to 24. And the Image Comics Summer Special. Okay. Kaya, Last Man, Love Everlasting, Manifest Destiny, aw.
Yeah.
It's limited to 5,000, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the first 24.
$60. First 24. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some are limited, some are not.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Deadly, the the Vault Edition.
Well, it's the Vault edition of Pretty Deadly, the Shrike. So it's just volume 1.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. Okay.
$125 for only issues 1 through 5.
Oversized artist edition. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
like the what IDW does.
Mm-hmm.
What's the scale on it? Yeah, 12 by 17. You got to really like Pretty
Yeah.
Deadly. That-
Collects Spawn cover gallery, second printing.
wow.
So this answers your question.
Yeah.
Collects all the covers of Spawn 1 through 100.
The Spawn's Universe box set is inside of a slipcase. There's only 2,500 of these, and it includes King Spawn Volume 1, Gunslinger Volume 1, Scorched, and a new printing of the record-breaking 72-page hit Spawn's Universe one-shot. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The Jim Ruggs Street Angel is reprinted, or is this a new volume? 200 pages. I think this is sized like a regular book.
Yeah. Summoner's War Volume 2, World Tree Volume 1, trade paperback. That'll be cool. And now we're back into the ongoing series, Antarctica on issue 5. Mark Millar's Big Game, wrapping up its 5th issue. Do you like Bone Orchard or whatever it was?
No, I did not.
Yeah, you just got off that last. Jeff Lemire. The Call, very cool artwork on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Dark Ride, Destiny's Gate. We haven't read that yet. It should be coming out soon.
Yeah. Same with Edenwood, I think.
Mm-hmm. Tony Daniels.
I did read the first Enfield Gang Massacre, and it's really good.
That's that Texas Blood, correct?
Yeah, same team. It's like a prequel, but you don't recognize anybody, really, so far.
Far apart.
Fishflies, been sitting on that, never read it. Forge was great. Looking forward to that for sure.
End of the first arc?
End of a story arc, not the first.
Oh, that's not the first. 6 issues is not the first arc?
No, because there's 64 each.
Oh, yeah.
So the first 3 were the end of the first trade.
Gunslinger Spawn.
Oh, look at this. Oh, we knew this. Yeah, this was an issue of Zoe Thorogood taking over Hackslash.
Mm-hmm. It's a better cover than the first one. I like that. They should have led with that kind of thing.
Yeah. Curious what she does with it. She's got she does like some autobiographical stuff. So I'm curious how this is going to work.
Come on, Ice Cream Man. Ugh.
Hexagon Bridge. Ooh.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now. Gross.
Yeah.
Junior Baker, the Righteous Faker's back. Chips Kaptara's back.
Mm-hmm. Kill Your Darlings took a turn that doesn't look like what I thought it was.
Philadelphia kicks off its 6th story arc. 7th. It's issue 31. Midlife or How to Hero at 50. Oh, that's right. I remember that one.
I like that cover for Knights number 2.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Pretty creepy. Man, so many books.
Yeah.
Didn't read the Schlub yet. It's sitting there to be read. Still haven't read Scrapper. I've got a couple of issues of that stacked up. Swan Songs has been great. I really like that.
There's some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Time Before Time. What is this? Swan Songs was issue 5. It's the end of Anhedonia. Via therapeutic hypnosis, a man travels through his subconscious to try to find his inner child and a way to be happy again. The end is almost here. This is just one of many Swan Songs. Okay, well that doesn't really make as much clear sense as the others, where it's like end of a marriage, end of the world, that sort of thing. Those were pretty easy to understand. I can't really get my mind around the end of Anhedonia, so I just have to read it, I guess. Time Before Time, which is on its 29th episode, or not episode, issue, duh. Terror War, hit number 8, Saladin Ahmed. I don't think I've read that one. Pretty sure I haven't. Spawn at 348. This time it's being written by Rory McConville and Brett Booth. Still $2.99. Hats off. Something epic. Also, story and art, all by Simon Kondransky. And I haven't been reading this, and I probably should. It's tough to fit it in with everything else. It looks really good. And Kyle, we have a little something called Transformers.
Here we go. My boy Starscream on the cover. I mean, I love it. The only thing that sucks is they're not showing me the other covers. I want to see them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, it looks good.
And see, like they were doing kind of a retread of the old storyline for issue 1. I'm curious how quickly they're going to deviate from that. And it looks like quickly.
This issue features a surprising first Energon universe appearance.
Yeah.
There you go. Energon Universal Monsters.
Curious to see James Tinian's take on all that.
Yeah. Void Rivals. Man, Void Rivals. You know how Kirkman do. You know how he do you.
Yes.
With the final splash page reveals, and then you're like, what? You got to wait a month. And all three freaking issues have been just like, you're good, it's good. Bam! Right in the face, right in the kisser. And then you got to wait a month, and really good book.
Very reminiscent of the way Manifest Destiny always tried to hook you.
Or Walking Dead, right? Like that was the original of that.
Speaking of Walking Dead Deluxe 76. Really nice J.H. Williams cover.
That answers the question we had last month is Walking Dead going weekly? Just for that month.
Just for that month.
It's back to 2 a month now.
Yeah.
What's the furthest place from here? Hit 16. This is really going a long way. This is a good book too.
161 or 141 digital pages, Drew.
What do we got? Oh yeah, definitely. And it ends with a sneak peek at a new Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips book called Where the Body Was. So look forward to that next month. What a great catalog, man. They have all kinds of stuff in here. I really love what they're doing with the trades. Makes me interested in collected editions, which I'm not, but it makes me interested in them, and I'm intrigued, and I want to see more of it. They're doing some innovative stuff. They got some new crap coming out. They got some features and keeping the old stuff. Man, they're just, I don't know. I love what they're doing.
They appear to be hitting it out the park.
Yes. Let's see who hit it out of the park on the secondary market with our cover price top 10 and runners up. Time for a break from our show to pay the bills. Check out beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit for all the C4 FAP links you could ever need, all in one place. You can provide feedback, listen, support, share, enjoy these. We have our Patreon there. You can buy us a beer or a coffee. You can check out our Instagrams, our Twitters, our Facebooks. Check out our YouTube page. You can email us. You can listen to our podcasts on Patreon, if you're a subscriber, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on Podbean. We have Google Podcasts on there. We have an Amazon wish list. You want to buy Kyle and I something? Fine. you can do that here. We appreciate it. We have Kyle's RPG podcast listed on there, so you can check out his Dork Day afternoon offerings. We have Cowabunga links, so you can check out the Cowabunga deep discount FOC and pre-order list. Get on that. That's RLCS, so you can check that out as well. And we want to just give you opportunities to say hi, to check out what we're doing, support us if you would like, or just listen. Check out beacons.ai/comics fund profit for all the C4 FAP links you could ever need. Thanks. Back to the show.
Kyle,
Yeah.
you want to take us off there?
Yep, sure thing, just like we always do, starting with the very first, highest, and biggest #1 book of the week. And that's, of course, Dazzler #1. Until we find out some confirmation on these Taylor Swift rumors, this book is going to be an absolute poop show every single week. Because if it happens, it's huge. If it doesn't happen, it's a giant letdown. So, I mean...
For sure.
31 copies on the secondary market. CGC 9.8 for $195. $10 for very fine. Still getting for $10. Star Wars Heir to the Empire #1. Drew, listen up. This book has been hot for months, ebbing and flowing as we go closer to the release of Ahsoka. That's because Grand Admiral Thrawn was confirmed to appear. Then we got the trailer, which shows him in live action for the first time. It shot this book even higher. So far, we've only gotten a brief moment in episode 2 of Ahsoka, revealing just how powerful Thrawn has become since the last scene in Star Wars Rebels, which everybody should watch. He's now an extra galactic, I think they made that word up, threat. Yeah. One could rival and surpass the biggest bad to date, Palpatine. Cue the run on this book again, as many fans are listing their copies, with many more looking to snag them up. 23 copies on the secondary market, CGC 9.8 for $900, and just a regular old floppy and near mint condition, $166.
Wow, nice.
I believe I was pretty high on this Nords Illustrated swimsuit issue when we went through it. Here we have the ratioed 1:25. As the #3 item. Nords is your typical goofball, but what makes him different is that he is also a Green Lantern who got the opportunity to put together a swimsuit issue featuring some of the favorite DC heroes. This 1:25 book from Lobos was the pick of the litter, featuring Wonder Woman in all her Amazonian glory. Wonder Woman variant covers typically do quite well in the aftermarket, and this is no exception. 28 copies, $80 for a raw, fair market value, near mint, 68. And Kanan, the last Padawan. When we first see Ahsoka in The Mandalorian, she mentions Grand Admiral Thrawn, and the community began to pay attention. Combine that with the confirmation Ahsoka would be getting her series, and fans immediately zeroed in on this book. Why? It features the first appearance of Ezra Bridger, Sabine Wren, and Kanan Jarrus, all essential characters in the Ahsoka story. Fans were dying for this. Now that we're getting, as it's been revealed through the first few episodes of Ahsoka, what her mission is. That and the canonization of Sabine Wren being the Padawan to Ahsoka. This book has since shot up the priority list for most collectors. 17 copies, $132 for CGC 9.8. Near mint's at 38. That needs to be higher because I have 2 of these.
You were a big fan of this book. I remember that. Yeah.
So I have 2 full runs of the series plus the trade that I read, or the hardcover that I read. I mean.
Oh, nice.
At rank 5, we have Kanan #6. While Star Wars Kanan #1 was initially the money book, this book has overtaken it in market value. It features the first full appearance of Ezra Bridger and Sabine Wren, obviously important players in Ahsoka. So far, we've gotten Sabine and are waiting on Ezra. But he has been confirmed to be played by Iman Estefandi. And the consensus is that he nailed the casting. Now, this book is seeing the attention that many in the community felt it has long deserved. Only 15 copies on the secondary market, $340 for 9.8, $81 for a floppy.
So that mural that's in like episode 1 or 2, I can't remember which one, of like Ezra and Sabine and Ahsoka and everybody on the wall there.
Yeah.
Is that stuff that happened in Rebels or?
Yeah, it's all Rebels.
Clone Wars.
Rebels.
Rebels. Okay. And that's when they beat Thrawn and kicked him to the void.
Boy, that would be easier to explain if you watched it.
But that actually happened. That group shot happened because of something that they did, and that's why there was a big mural in the city.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. At rank 6, the X-Men Volume 1, number 130, newsstand variant. Last week, this book sat firm at number 3, while Dazzler's first solo title was at number 2. This week, her solo book has moved to the number 1 spot. Now that the initial rumors have subsided a bit, less attention has been on that book. Part of this is the higher buy-in price and ease of attaining a copy worth having. But with fan art like this floating around and fans are still paying attention to the first appearance of Dazzler. $375 for a 9.4, and fine copies still $93.
Wow.
At rank 7, we have Web of Spider-Man. Number 32. Dang, this book has acquired legendary status with Mike Zeck channeling all his talents into the cover. It's been homaged to death, but for good reason. It is also part of Craven's Last Hunt run, widely considered one of the greatest Spider-Man stories ever. Fitting it would boast such an epic cover to boot. And while it's coveted book for its art, it is incredibly affordable and attainable. Evidenced by the most recent date we've tracked, showing 13 copies sold, CGC 9.6 for $155. Fine fair market value 42. Just last week, a CGC 9.4 sold for only $60.
Huh.
Then at rank out, we have the Star Wars Heir to the Empire newsstand variant. CGC 9.8, $1,642. And a fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
And a fine's just floppy's just $200.
So what I did, Kyle, was I watched the 15-minute YouTube video on everything you need to know about Ahsoka from
there you go.
Clone Wars and Rebels, and I found it impenetrable. So it didn't help at all. In fact, it kind of was more confusing.
So it was not everything you needed to know.
It was not everything I needed to know. It was probably, I think it was maybe it was more of like a reminder for people that already seen that stuff. But they blew through like everything from all the animated shows that was relevant, and it was just lightning fast. And I looked at my wife and I was like, "Did you understand what that was?" No. Okay, me neither. All right, let's just watch this stupid show.
That's off.
Yeah. So you were right. You've been right the whole time.
One more time for the people in the back. Please.
I didn't do the homework, so I don't get the full enjoyment out of Ahsoka. But I really do
like not love, or I'm love not like. At rank 9, we have the Amazing Spider-Man 32 Elizabeth Torg homage 1 in 50. Who doesn't love an incredible homage cover? This Elizabeth Torg 1 in 50 knocked it out of the park, as it featured the fan favorite Spider-Gwen / Ghost Spider digging themselves from their own grave. Mike Zeck and Bob McLeod first did it in Web of Spider-Man 32, which we saw earlier on this list, which has gone down as a legendary cover of its own right. This book captures some of the love fans feel for it, but it's subsiding and solidifying, becoming a more affordable cover for those who want to add it to their personal collection. 13 copies in the secondary market, $51 for raw. Maybe get them for $45 if you're looking good. It effectively sold half the copies as last week, but maintains value.
Huh.
And at rank 10, The Devil's Cut number 1, 1 in 100 by Junko Mizuno. We have a new publisher, and this is their debut book. It's been heavy aftermarket movement, as it was difficult to find at most local comic book shops. Shops can be wary of new titles, especially from new publishers. That goes doubly for this book, a beautiful Mizuno 1 in 100 variant. Tracked 13 copies on the secondary market, $225 for raw, $190 if you look good, but the high was $225, nearly double the ratio.
Yeah.
And this is Distillery.
Yeah.
DSTLRY.
Yeah, that's very cool. I think that was one of our picks once. Not the 1 in 100, of course, because I would never do that. That's crazy. Rank 11, we have Ms. Marvel the New Mutant #1, the Arthur Adams 1 in 50. In case you missed it, Kamala Khan made a big flash in the MCU when a dialogue exchange alluded to her powers being derived from a mutation in her DNA. Could Kamala Khan be the first mutant to debut in the MCU? Many fans think so, especially with Ms. Marvel's latest comic plot. So this sold 25 copies and a high sale of $60 for a Raw, and that's not much more than the ratio. At rank 12, we have Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #8, the black suit Spidey cover, 26 copies sold, high sale of 600 for 9.8, Raw's around $154. We have Spawn #1 coming in at rank 13, oldie but a goodie, sold 28 copies, high sale of 160 for a 9.8, Raw's around $49, which seems like that's way up, the Raw dollar. The Amazon Spider-Man #300, first Venom. We all know about this one. 3,800 for a CGC 9.8. Raw's around 688. Comes in at rank 14. Another Distillery Devil's Cut #1. This time it's just the 1 in 10 from Becky Cloonan. That comes in at rank 15. This one sold 21 copies with a high sale of $18.94 for a Raw. But usually they're around $12. At rank 16, we have X Factor Volume 1, #1. Deadpool 2 brought about the first iteration of the character Fire Fist. While it was a different iteration of the character entirely, it did show the scope of Fire Fist's immense power. This issue of X Factor is home to the first appearance of Fire Fist, Rusty Collins, and Cameron Hodge, and has been picking up heat. 23 copies sold, high sale of 115 for a Raw. Currently, they're around $9 though. That's a big difference. At rank 17, we have Night Terrors, the Harley Quinn #2, Derek Chew 1 in 25. Another Derek Chew cover that crushes it. I'm sure we marveled over it. Tracked 14 copies, high sale of $30 for Raw. And it's just a little bit over ratio. At rank 18, The Amazing Spider-Man 121. Another iconic cover in Spider-Man history. No collection is complete without the death of Gwen Stacy. This year marks the 50th anniversary of this historic moment in comic history. Earlier this year, we saw Marvel push a marketing plan that insinuated an upcoming comic death that would have the same significance as Gwen Stacy's death. That event was the death of Ms. Marvel, who was recently revived. So it did not do that.
Did not hit that way.
Yeah. Whether this carries the same importance is not up to the fans of Spider-Man. In the meantime, 11 copies moved for a high sale of $789.95 for CGC 8.5. Current Raws around $870. Wait. A high sale of $789.95 for a CGC 9.8. Oh, because it's an 8.5. The Raws do better because they think they're in better condition than the 8.5.
Than the 8.5, yeah.
That's interesting. Rank 19, we have Catwoman Uncovered, the Babs Tar 1 in 25. Another great DC cover. We know they're all amazing. 19 copies of this sold. High sale of $26 for Raw. And rounding us out, the top 20, Wolverine 27. Jim Lee is a world-renowned artist, writer, and recently president of DC Comics. He has given birth to many iconic covers for DC and Marvel, with Wolverine's presence in Deadpool 3. It is no surprise that Wolverine covers have been flooding the aftermarket. This is a phenomenal piece of artwork and an icon of the 90s. 15 copies sold. $150 for a CGC 9.8, and current Raw near mint's around $20, and that is one of those the all-time great Wolverine covers.
Yeah, can't beat that.
All right, let's head on over for some FOC action and see what DC has to offer.
Yeah, let's head on over to Lunar Distributions, and here off to the side I have my FOC from our good old LCS at Cowabunga Comics. It's got all our prices on here. I'm scrolling down through it now. Look at all these things here. it will be my helpful order guide as I go through and see what I want to add and hopefully get and not have to chase on the secondary market for buku bucks.
I love this Gabriel Dell'Otto Batman 138 cover.
The contemplating Batman, where he just looks at a bat and just thinks, which is weird because he was afraid of bats, and now he's got this relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's that Sienkiewicz cover for City of Madness. That is really cool. The yin and yang cover.
Oh, wow. I didn't catch that. Yeah, that's cool. Martin Simon's doing his thing on a cover there.
So what do you think of this little Halloween Batboy thing? The cover F. Grisel Zulo, Trick or Treat cardstock.
What's the title?
Batman 138. So it's on the second tab or second page.
Cover F?
Yep, it's got the Trick or Treater.
The Chrissy Zulo?
Yep.
Yeah, she's doing the Scotty Young stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of, but these are thematic to Halloween.
Oh, yeah. I don't love it. I'm not a fan.
Cool. That's what I was curious.
Not for me. Birds of Prey. Great covers.
Two connecting covers there by Nave and Nakayama.
Kelly Thompson was on Twitter saying that she was getting some backlash about this book, so now I want to read it more.
Yeah, no kidding. Ask me about my feminist agenda.
Yeah, exactly. Blue Beetle gets second issue.
Facsimile 140 for Detective. Very cool.
A Riddler cover there. Fire and Ice, Welcome to Smallville. Issue 2 has some cool covers. I really like the Greg Smallwood, man. He's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Gone, also a Distillery book. Gone #1.
Yeah.
It's the writer, artist, and cover by Jock, your boy.
It is. Yep, it is. Jock, but not Jock, but Jock.
The actual Jock.
Yes.
The original Jock. But the Joel Jones cover is better. Sorry, Jock.
I like the Peach Momoko. Ooh.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, gives us some good stuff.
Man, there's some great covers there. Jeez.
Ryan Brown, 1 in 25 is pretty creepy with the Batman ventriloquist. I don't know. Have we seen that done before?
I think we have.
Okay. Seems like a pretty good idea.
Very.
New Golden Age special edition by Mikhail Junin. Y'all ready for that?
We have said that man's name so many different ways. I don't know who he is anymore.
Which person?
Michael Janin, Mikhail Yanin, whatever we want to.
Yeah, you're right. Guilty.
Yep.
Poison Ivy covers are fantastic.
I mean, you can pretty much guarantee there's going to be at least one make-out cover every single Poison Ivy.
Yeah, let's stick Harley and her together and make them make out.
Now, keys.
Sartorial Geek gets another issue. Sons of the Salton Sea.
That's it for me.
Yeah, let's head on down to.
Okay, we do not even have an Image tab anymore.
No, let's head on down to Boom.
It doesn't sound the same.
Abbott 1979. That's back. That's cool.
Yeah. We have Ranger Academy #1. So here's your chance to join the Power Rangers, Drew.
Oh my goodness gracious. No. No, thank you. That's exactly what that is too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I thought you were full of it. Amazing Spider-Man 35. All kinds of crazy covers. Avengers hit 6. Captain Marvel relaunches.
Another nice facsimile, the Daredevil 183 with Punisher's first appearance.
That's not Punisher's first appearance.
Or the Punisher fight, I should say. My apologies.
Yeah. I think that's like ASM.
Yeah, the Spider-Man, sorry. I got it twisted.
124 maybe? Is that right? I don't know. I just popped in my head. That can't be right. Moon Knight City of the Dead, 405.
Ooh, I got to read this Superior Spider-Man Returns one shot.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one too.
Yeah.
That should be fun. I'm curious.
Drew, we need to, really revamp Dynamite Comics. What should we do to really, we need something to just stick in the corner and be like, this is going to get us back. How about the Alice Cooper comic book?
There you go. There you go. That'll. We won't be cheesecake anymore. We'll be rock stars.
That's right.
Not current rock stars. Rock stars from your grandpa liked.
Not written by Alice Cooper. Rodney Barnes writing about Alice Cooper.
Okay. Makes sense. Philadelphia guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, American Psycho gets a comic book.
Okay.
I thought that was Fiona Staples working on it, but no, it's Greg Staples.
We hate when that happens.
Not the same.
You can see they're still using what's his face's likeness. Oh, they're using his actual still frame from that one too.
Yeah. Guess that's okay.
Cyberpunk 2077 XO #1.
Enfield Gang gets its third issue. It's first issue, so it goes to a second print.
The Devil That Wears My Face #1 by Mad Cave. It is a combination of Face Off and The Exorcist.
Okay.
I don't think I can get past that. That's all I'm going to be thinking about the rest of the evening. The Forgotten Wars from Massive Comics.
Rebel Girls. What is that? Oh, it's Keaton Spot. Well, heck. There's not a lot of images listed here.
Mm-mm.
There's Void Rivals. Just the subsequent printing. There's some Walking Dead, but I didn't see hardly any.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the ongoing.
Guess they had like a down. Maybe they had a down month or something.
I mean, Transformers #1. That's all you need.
Is that listed in the bottom?
Yeah, under T's for Transformers.
that makes sense.
Where's my boy Jazz? It's awesome. This is hitting right in the feels. Just kind of hoping the #1 would be a homage to the #1 from the Marvels that I have.
Yeah.
Fourth printing of Void Rivals #1. Third printing of Void Rivals #2. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Second printing of #3. Dang. All right, Drew, what's your pick, brother?
I might have to give it to that Bill Sienkiewicz Batman City of Madness cover.
Mm-hmm.
Cover B. It's a $6.99 book, which is a little high for me to pick, but I really like that. I like what he did there, so I'm gonna pick that one.
See, I'm caught between 3, Drew.
I know. Wow, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. So of course there's obviously Transformers #1. I'm super excited for it. It's a relaunch. I have the Transformers #1 from 1980 or whatnot. Big fan. There's of course Gone #1. This jock book from Distillery. Distillery is hot right now.
Yeah.
Was there enough time for people to jump on, or will it still have a little bit of difficulty to get here? And then there is from Boom Studios. I threw out Ranger Academy just to be crazy, but there is something to be said about these school age book #1s. Oh, look, it's the first appearance of 14 new characters.
It's true. That's true.
And if they spin off this Rangers universe into a new Rangers universe, and even one of them continues on.
Yeah, you had the first appearance, right?
You have the first appearance there.
That's tough. Tough.
All makes sense. Yeah, my 42-year-old heart is going to say Daniel Warren Johnson writing Transformers #1, cover A, with my boy Prime on the front.
You can't.
Let's
turn your back on.
Yeah, let's go.
Now it's time to slide on over to our good friends at CBSI.
That's right. Of course, comicbookinvest.com publishes their Hot 10 every Friday. We are going to go on and see what we can find. Some of these are going to be pretty familiar. Of course, number one being the North Illustrated Swimsuit Edition, 1 in 25 with Wonder Woman on the front. This was already selling well over double ratio at $60 to $75, while this week the price continued to spike towards $100, with an auction ending on 9/6 at $112. It's a gorgeous cover. That seems to be enough to get those wallets out. Over the last 2 weeks, this book keeps selling. Gotta imagine that the ceiling, but you never know. Last week was 75. This week, over 100. At rank 2, we have Dazzler number 1. Last week, another 70 this week. This Taylor Swift rumor continues to carry this book to selling high volumes. There are plenty out there, but average sale prices are also creeping up over $10 to $15 last week, and now $15 to $25 this week. At rank 3, we have Heir to the Empire number 1. About 50 sales this week as Thrawn continues to move books. Yes, we are still waiting for him to appear in Ahsoka, but that hasn't slowed down. Newsstand Rawls are hitting $500. Newsstand graded 9.8s, $15 to $16.50, and even regular 9.8s, $900. Canon number 6, no matter if you call it a first appearance or not, this issue continues to sell, with about 25 sales this week, up from 20 prior. Prices have also started creeping up again as week-to-week increases in 9.8s went from $266 to $350. High-graded Rawls have also shot back up over $100, as it's hard to deny that Ahsoka has brought interest back to the Star Wars. At rank 5, Kaden the Last Padawan, number 1. This is where we get a few first appearances. So 1 and 6 of the big ones. Rawls hitting $40 to $50 with, you can find some cheaper copies. 9.8s at $150 on issue 1. At rank 6, we have The Killer, number 1. Recent trailer reveals this Netflix adaptation will have a short theatrical release in October, while hitting streaming services in November. This has renewed interest in this HTF comic, with a couple sales this week, jumping the price from $30 up to $40 for this issue. And the Spider-Gwen annual, the In-Hyuk Lee cover, 1 in 100 pre-sales and early asking prices have been close to $200 for this book. Since release, we have a couple sold, with the best offers closing at $150 to $165, which is still a decent premium on a 1 in 100. At 8, we have Endless Summer Sonic the Hedgehog, 1 in 25. Yes, another variant on the list, but it is selling pretty well the last 2 weeks. A fun idea, having melting popsicle characters on the cover. There are probably not that many shops who qualified for this incentive. Prices this week hit $75 to $80, while the week before it was only about $40 to $50. Not a lot of copies moving, but there are not many available either. At 9, we have Vampirella Monthly number 20. Not on many people's radars, but this HTF hard to find Bruce Timm variant hit an all-time high in sales this week for CGC 9.8s at almost $500, coming in at $495. Less than 10 in the census at that grade. And even Rawls sell for a couple hundred, as there's only 1 copy listed at present, and it's looking for even higher than that. At rank 10, we have Uncanny X-Men 141 and 142. They're sneaking 2 extras in there for us. I'm going to cheat and put 2 issues on here together, but to be fair, these often sell as a pair or in lots.
To
be fair, this is the all-time classic 2-part Days of Future Past story that's been reprinted a couple times already. But with new facsimile issues coming out our way, it seems some interest has returned to the original books. All grades and conditions keep selling, so prices may vary, with decent raw highs hitting $200, but individual issues mostly moving around between $60 and $80. And down in our honorable mentions, we have Incredible Hulk 635, the 1 in 25 Audie Granoff cover. The popularity of the current Hulk run seems to have folks going back to old favorites. This Granoff variant was down around $235 back in April, and has now rebounded with an accepted best offer over $500 at $525. And at the other honorable mention spot, we have Spawn 306, the NetherRealm Studios edition. Another 10 sold this week, ranging from $350 to $600 raw, as well as one 9.8 for $1,500. Yes, there is some controversy around this comic regarding how many copies hit the market over the last few weeks, but you can't deny people keep buying it, including last week over 100 copies sold for a book that was at one time rumored to have less than 50 copies existing. Crazy.
The best part about CBSI was always when they pulled out some cool Golden Age and rare shit. Now they don't even do that anymore.
Not on this one. They had something else steal the thunder. Maybe next week we'll be back.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they'll be back. I guess that's cool. But yeah, it's time to give the people what they want. The sneak a peek at next week.
That's right. It's time for our sneak peek at next week, where Drew and I go through the books coming out in your local comic book shop, and we try to find the gold and what we got to get. We're going to head over to Lunar Distributions and look at our DC offerings.
I wish I would have got this Batman #1. I don't know why I didn't.
You mean when it first came out 90 years ago? Or
No, I think this facsimile is pretty cool. I wish I would have got it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be in shops. I'll grab one.
Batman and Robin #1. Joshua Williamson writing this father-son book, issue 1.
I love that. Stanley Lau.
Yeah, with White Rabbit or whatever. Oh.
Yeah. It's really good. I gotta stop buying cheesecake though. Picking cheesecake. They don't do that well. Well, sometimes they do.
Yeah. There we also have Batman Gargoyle of Gotham #1, and we have a Frank Miller and Jock variant. That's always exciting.
Yeah, that's good. I got finally finished Dark Knights of Steel.
Hey,
got that 12th issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that 12th issue not that long ago. Finished it up. I really enjoyed it. I hope they do more.
Very cool. So as of now, it looks like we have Image Comics in with our Lunar Distribution comics, correct?
I guess. I don't know what's going on, man.
Okay. So we will be going through DC and Image. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. It's really strange.
And heading over to Previews World, starting with Image, where we have a few books.
What is going on?
Yeah. So we appear to have a few books in Lunar, a few books in Image, and a few books in your miscellaneous category, all on Previews World. So just come along on the ride with us.
Yeah. I mean, Undiscovered Country, 25, and Dark Ride, and that's about it. A trade.
Yeah.
Damn Them All, #8 is coming from Boom. That's a great book.
Yeah. From Boom Studios, Coda, #1 side spurrier, Matthias Bergera. Prophecies of Paradise and Return of Magic. Hum is skeptical while Circa faces difficult moral decisions on the road with winter quickly approaching.
Was there a Coda with a K?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought I saw that. Seemed familiar. Alligator Loki from Marvel.
That's awesome.
Curious who can scoop that up. Avengers Inc. #1 with an Alex Ross connecting and a cool Erica Durso throwback look. Lots of fun covers there. Who's writing this? Al Ewing.
I'm just going to sit down here at Daredevil and wait for you.
I'm at Daredevil.
Daredevil #1, Saladin Ahmed, Aaron Cooter, Born Again series.
No Chip. Chip got the boot.
So long, Chip, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah.
The Death of Venomverse #1, going to a second print and doing the second print 25 copy incentive. So there's that.
What do we think of the Daredevil Frank Miller variant? It's not a very good Frank Miller, but it is Frank Miller.
Correct.
Doing Daredevil. So
I don't believe any of the Frank Miller drawn covers have been good covers.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you going to be getting spine tingling Spider-Man 0 for $10?
I am not.
Okay.
I am hard passing on that one. No, I thought Obi-Wan already had a book. No, I guess
this
not.
this is where they just retell the Disney
show
Plus series. Yeah.
Who wants that?
Marvel Comics.
I guess. I don't know. Werewolf by Night, number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. Adam Hughes doing the cover there. I like that a lot. Derek Landy, I don't really know him from anything, I don't think. And it's Frank Gallen art on the inside, but this could be something fun.
There might be something there. Down into some of our other books. Of course, we have the Astrobots. Not quite the Transformers, but they do what they can.
Yeah.
We have Bloodborne Bleak Dominion number 1 of a 4-issue series from Titan Comics. This is, of course, a storyline out of the Bloodborne series, which is a video game based, kind of like the Dark Souls-ish stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So some really cool covers, and some of these Titan books have gone really good. And there is a big Bloodborne crowd, so just FYI.
Something called The Alternates. From the World of Minor Threats, Alternates number 1. Patton Oswalt, Tim Seeley, Jordan Bloom, that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer. I believe that was Kyle's
FOC
pick.
Which means I'm not allowed to pick it again. We have Killmore, number 1 from IDW.
Which I believe was my FOC pick.
Yeah. Can we just swap?
We could. I don't know if anybody's keeping score. I think you can probably get away with whatever you wanted to do. St. John, number 1 from Dark Horse.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
That is. I don't know Dan Schnackade and Brendan Wagner. Portland Gear is a writer. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's a clothing brand. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. We hated this.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek Picard's Academy. The Trekkies out. The Call hits issue 2. I gotta read the first issue. Lots of Walking Dead. We Are Not Strangers gets a hardcover.
All right, Drew. Pick of the week.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with the Werewolf by Night, number 1, Adam Hughes variant cover by Derek Landy.
And I'm going to see what's going on with Coda number 1 in Image size per year. It interests me.
The Coda with a C.
Yes, not a K.
Gotcha.
Coda with a C.
Fantastic.
Hey, thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we go through our sneak peek of this week for September the 12th and September the 13th. Head on over to patreon.com, search Comics for Fun and Profit, be part of our conversation, get podcasts early, ad-free, and all that fun stuff, part of the Slack and the community. We appreciate you guys. So for Drew and myself, see ya.
As you know, our LCS is Cowabunga Comics, Lake Country, Wisconsin's best pop culture destination for new comics, back issues, gaming, retro video games, vinyl, and figures. Give them a call, 262-569-9999. Check them out online at cowabungacomics.com or follow them on Twitter at Incredicow. They are our LCS, and we utilize their deep discount mail order service to bring Oconomowoc, Wisconsin closer to us. They'll take care of you. Tell them Drew and Kyle sent you. Say hi to Eric and James from us. If you need an LCS, you can't go wrong with Cowabunga Comics.